Sacrifice.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kinetic, and welcome back to Soul Sacrifice on the PlayStation Vita. God, I love this game, and I've been getting a lot of really good comments and feedback from you guys telling me what you think about Soul Sacrifice as well. Also, there have been several requests to see the different spells. Now, probably many of you have heard about there are hundreds of spells in Soul Sacrifice. Now, I want to do a little bit of a reality check because I don't want you guys getting set up for disappointment. This isn't too bad, actually. If you think about it like Monster Hunter, guys, are there really hundreds of weapons, hundreds of unique weapons in Monster Hunter? Not really. You have about a dozen categories, right, of weapons. You have the longsword, the greatsword, the light bowgun, the heavy bowgun, and stuff like that. And then within each category, you have lots of different versions and different powers that you get of that weapon as you go out hunting and stuff like that. The same is true for Soul Sacrifice. Now, right now, I've got 29 pages. Actually, that would be 28 because this first page is a summary of all of the spells that I have together. So 28 pages of spell categories, and within each of these categories, as you can see, is a number of spells that fit that category. So, for example, these mortar shots, right? What are we looking at? Well, we see 2 red, 2 blue, 2 yellow, 4 white, 2 purple, and so on and so forth. Those are different evolutions of the fire mortar shot. So for example, I believe this is the most basic version, the starting version of the fire mortar shot. And as you evolve it, or as you complete quests that unlock more powerful versions, then you will have a bigger, more powerful version of the mortar shot. And so basically what they're trying to say, which is kind of misleading, is when they say there's hundreds of spells, it means that within all the different spell types there are lots of different versions, lots of different evolutions of power and elemental alignment for these spells. It doesn't mean that there's hundreds of unique spells that all do something completely different. And if that's what you thought, then yeah, that's not really the way it is. And like I said, it's pretty much the same as what you would expect from Monster Hunter. But anyway, aside from that, I still think that there is a very large variety of spells here, and a lot of variety within each category. So for example, these summon weapons, these melee weapons that you can summon to fight with you. There's a lot of difference here. It's not just one type of melee weapon. There's all of the different elements, and then there's different powerful versions of each weapon. Now, the interesting thing about the different evolutions, and I'm gonna return back to the melee weapons here in a minute, but I want to show you an example of how different these spells can be, even within their own category. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pick a basic ice attack here. And what this will do is this ice attack will shoot out from my character and go into whatever direction that I'm aiming along the ground. You guys have probably seen this already. Okay, so now I'm going to equip a more powerful version of the same spell. And then I'm also going to do that for this. This is basically the same spell, but it has a bigger spread. So this ice attack is like a single trail that will go out from my character, and this will be multiple trails that go out from my character. I'm sure this will probably be confusing to several of you, but let me just give you an example by showing you how this works. And one of the great things about Soul Sacrifice is that there are sort of, I guess you could say, training grounds, or sort of an experimental stage that you can use to test out all of these different spells, so that way you don't have to go out into a quest in order to try it and figure out if you like a spell or to see what it does. Simply from here, from this menu, press select, accept, and then it will take you to like a mock-up stage area with a single enemy that you can test the spells with. Very, very convenient. So here we are in the middle of nowhere, and then one single ghoul is going to spawn there in the middle. So from here you have the opportunity to try out different spells. For example, the fist pump. But we're not here to test out the fist pump actually. What I want to show you guys are these ice pursuit spells. So the single version looks like this. It's an ice attack that crawls along the ground and will hit my opponent. Like that. And you can see there's like a small kind of upward explosion from the ground at the point of impact when the ice attack hits the ghoul. Bam, like that. Now one of the really cool things about the pursuit spell is you can press and hold it, and by pressing and holding it, it will change the distance how far the pursuit spell will go. So if I just tap it, it will go out about that far. Not really that far. I mean, it's okay if the ghoul or whatever enemy is right on top of me, but if it's far away, or if I don't want to get close to the monster, then I just press and hold it, and look at that. Look at how much farther it went compared to the first time. There's a little flash there, as you can see also, that will indicate that it's ready. And then you just let go, and then the spell will go out. But that's not all. Boom! Look, there's a third level. Super Saiyan level 3! And then when you let go, look at how far that goes. That is awesome. Very, very nice. I really like the pursuit spells. Okay, so now that's the most basic version of what this spell looks like. That's what it looks like. Just one more time. And now I'm going to show you the more powerful, the higher evolved version. Look at how different it looks. Look at that. Completely different looking than this. And that is what you will get as you evolve your spells. It's not just a numerical value of power and number of times that you can use the spells as you evolve them. There is a very big visual difference. And that is what I really like about the spells in Soul Sacrifice. It's really, really awesome to see your spells evolve and to become something much more awesome looking. Okay, so now this is the spread version of the same spell. This is what it looks like, and as you can see there are not one, but 3 trails that will come out from your character. And again, if you hold it and let go, look at how far that goes. This is great for groups of enemies. And it's also really good for boss monsters as well. If you get really close to a boss and then use this spell, this triple spread version, then it will hit the boss 3 times. So if you're trying to get an elemental stun and an elemental break, then it's actually a lot faster to use the triple version when hitting the boss or hitting whatever monster. So that's what the basic version looks like. Let's look at the evolved version. Much, much better looking. Much different. Much more stronger looking. You can see that's what it looks like just now when the pursuit spell hit the monster with the basic attack. Come on, ghoul, hurry up and spawn. So a little bit of elevated from the ground. Look at how much bigger it is with the evolved version. It looks completely different. So there you go, guys. That is one of the types of spells showing you how they work as they're charged and also how much different they will look when they are evolved in more powerful versions. Alright, so let's go back now to our spell selection screen. And what I'm going to show you guys next are the elemental weapons. Alright, so now I've loaded up all of the different elemental weapon attacks here within this category, but there are also some other melee type of spells that you can use. So for example, the giant fist attack, where your arm will become a giant version and then you will punch your opponent. Let's take a look at the summon weapons. Alright, here we are back in the training fields. Now, there are different elements that I've brought along with me. This is the non-element, or how can I say, the neutral element weapon. And it looks like an axe. I really like it. It's very, very cool. And so, after you've summoned the weapon, then all you gotta do is just tap, and it will hit your opponent. And if you hit it kind of rapidly, you will do combo attacks with that weapon. Very good. Very powerful stuff. I really like using melee weapons. Now you notice that it's gone. That's right. For the basic version, you're not going to get a lot of use out of it. It's going to, how can I say, unsummon, I guess, after a certain amount of time. But as you evolve these, then you will get longer duration from your weapons. There's also a charged version. Boom! Look at that, man. That is fucking awesome. I love the charge attacks from these weapons. And you probably saw from my Cerberus video just how devastating that attack is when you hit a boss. It can knock them down. Alright, let's take a look at the fire sword. Very cool looking. Press and hold to charge. And that is a really sweet, like, hyper combo that will happen. Notice that when you do those charged versions, when you hold and charge the weapon, and then unleash it like that, it will automatically unsummon the weapon. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the ice. Pretty simple looking. And then if I hold and do the charge attack, that's what will happen. Very much like the fire, and then there, as you can see, it unsummons right after that. Here's the lightning. This kind of looks more like an axe, similar to the neutral weapon. And if I press and hold it, yep, it has the same style of attack as the neutral axe. Let's take a look at the poison. Whew! The ghoul didn't even know it hit him. And now for the earth. Earth kind of looks like a hammer, actually. Sounds pretty heavy, too. And then if I charge it... Boom! Nice. Very, very cool. I like the hammer attack, the hammer charged attack. Let's see if we can get this off on the ghoul. Boom! That is sweet. So as you can see, guys, there are many different categories, many different pages here of spells, lots of different powerful versions and evolutions and stuff like that to show you guys. If I tried to show you everything, it would take a very, very, very long time to show you. So I'm probably not going to go over all of these spells. But if there is something that catches your eye from these pages here, then I don't know, I guess let me know in the comments and maybe I'll test it out for you in a future video. I think one more thing I will show you guys are the golems. The golems are really, really awesome looking, and it's probably why they're used so damn much. I'll show you guys what the different golems look like. So there's a basic golem, right? Here is a fire golem, water, lightning, and poison. Okay. And one other thing I'm going to show is the evolved version. Alright, here we are back at the training grounds. Alright, so let's take a look first at the elemental versions. I'm going to summon the fire. That's the fire golem right there. And he is definitely going to one-shot that ghoul. The ghoul's pretty fast, though. Oh, what? I didn't even know my ghoul could do that. That was awesome. Did you see that? The ghoul snuck up behind the golem. And the golem just bitch slapped him with his right hand. I didn't even know he could do that. That was sweet. Let's see that again. Will he do it again? That was awesome. It looks like he takes his right hand and just like, get out of here. Alright, so there's the fire version. Let's see what the water version looks like. Very cool looking. These spells are extremely powerful, but as I've mentioned before in one of my videos, you really have to be responsible with these, because if I happen to be standing here, or if somebody else happens to be standing here, look at that. See, it will knock you down. You won't take damage, but it will disrupt any and everything you are doing if you happen to be there at the time that that hand comes down. Let's take a look at the lightning. I will say this though, it is dodgeable, so but you gotta have good timing. Can't wait too late. There you go. So yeah, if you happen to be around fighting with a golem maybe at the same time, then you can kind of dodge out and then get back into the area if that's where the boss or whatever is. So that's the lightning version. And now here's the poison. Poison looks really cool. I like the way the poison one looks. Is there an earth version? I don't think there is an earth version, actually. Alright, so now we took a look at the different elements. Let's look at the neutral version. This is the basic neutral. It actually looks very much like an earth attuned golem, but it's not. It's just a, well, I mean, not that I know of. It doesn't have brown, which would represent earth, on the icon, so because it's white, even though it looks like earth, it should be neutral. Alright, so there's the basic version. Let's look and see if there's a difference in the evolved version. Oh, there is. Look at that. Completely different looking. It's the same spell, but a higher version. And look at that. Oh, damn! He laid the smack down twice. So there you go, guys. That is the difference in the evolutions for the golems. That is really, really cool. Awesome. Very awesome. And again, this is why the golems get spammed a lot during boss fights. Lots of people like to use golems, but honestly, I don't use these at all in multiplayer. I only use golems in single player now. There are basically 3 different groups for types of spells overall in Soul Sacrifice. You have offensive spells, defensive spells, and you have support spells. Offensive spells, it's very easy to understand. You have like the melee weapons that I showed you guys. You have the excuse me, these elemental pursuit type of spells. Defensive spells would be like these here. These are the different body armor spells that you can use, so it will kind of armor your body with this type of element and protect you from that element. So this is a fire ring. If I bring this and use it, it will protect me from fire. Over here we have another defensive type. This is very popular. These are the different shields. And you will summon, very similar to the melee weapons, you will summon a shield to protect you. Support type of spells would be like the time spells, I think. There are spells you can use that will freeze time. Just you and the boss, and your teammates can continue to fight. Another type of support skill would be like these speed enhancing. These are really cool. These are a really nice type of support skill. If you bring these, what you will do is you will summon a tree, and the tree will have fruit on it. And depending on the type of tree that you bring or whatever, it will give you different benefits. So I believe that this tree and its fruits will give you an attack bonus when you eat the fruit. And there's another one here that will heal you if you eat the fruit from that one. These are AoE heals, another type of support spell. And then these are probably the most popular support. These are the self-healing support spells. That's it for this video, guys. As you can see, there is a lot of variety in Soul Sacrifice with spell types. I've got 28 pages, excluding this main page, which is, like I said, it includes all of the spells. There you go. There's a visual look at all of the spells that I have together. Not quite hundreds of unique spells, just like there are not really hundreds of unique weapons in any other type of hunting game like Monster Hunter, for example, but there's a lot of variety here, and there's a lot of different effects and things that you will get from different evolutions, so I think it's really, really good. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. This is Soul Sacrifice on the PlayStation Vita, available currently in Japan only, but coming very soon to English and other languages at the end of April, so keep an eye open for that. Until then, keep an eye on my channel, Digital Pulse GTR. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you guys next time.